Hey, it's Patrick, and let's talk about zero gravity windscreens for your motorcycle. Now, if you have a sport bike or a sport touring motorcycle, these are going to be for you. Zero gravity has been around for quite a bit of time, and they're basically a juggernaut in this space, making these acrylic windscreens that have a process of stretching this when they're formed, so you still get a nice clear picture when you're in the tuck. You're not going to get any weird kind of warpage. Fit and finish on these is really, really good. I've used these over the years and had no problems at all. These bolt right up to the stock locations like they're supposed to. As far as pricing, they're not very expensive as far as an upgrade for your motorcycle. Bang for buck's pretty good, anywhere from, I would say, $75 range all the way up to about $150, depending on which one you get. Now let's talk options. They have a handful of different models. The first one is the SR series, and basically that is just a stock replacement. You get the stock replacement, same shape as the windscreen you have, but you're gonna get options in color grading, either for aesthetics or for, sunshade if you're in a full tuck. Now next is going to be this double bubble. It's probably their most famous design, and it's pretty self-explanatory there. You can see where the stock screen is kind of pushed out and bubbled up. What that's going to do is going to give you a little bit more wind protection. So when you're riding around, you have a little bit more wind protection when you're not in that tuck position, and you have a nice aesthetic there. So it changes the shape of the bike just a little bit. Again, offered in a bunch of different shades. Next is going to be the Corsa. Basically, what the Corsa is it's this double bubble that is kind of blown out more, where it's bumped down here to the stock location. It carries that bubble out to the edges and gives you even more wind protection. Again, available in a bunch of different shades. To my right, we have the Sport Touring. What the Sport Touring does is it gives you more height and less bubble. And you don't have to have a Sport Touring bike to actually run a Sport Touring windshield. It gives you this more upright windscreen. Most of the time when you're riding around town on a sport bike, you're not going to be in that full tuck position. You're going to be in more upright position, so you're going to have a little bit more height on the windscreen and give you more wind protection. It is going to change it aesthetically just a little bit. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that most of the time you're not going to be riding aggressively. You're going to want that wind protection. Now these do cut down on aerodynamics just a little bit, but what you have to keep in mind also is that these aerodynamics are only going to come into play at, I would say, high triple-digit speeds. The rest of the time, you're going to get that added wind protection, and there's really no aerodynamic disadvantage. If you are really interested in that aerodynamic advantage and you do a ton of track days and you want every little advantage you can get, they have a model called the Marc 1. And the Marc 1 is just that. It's for the best aerodynamics you can get. You're looking for all of those edges on the racetrack. It's not going to give you that upright wind protection, but it's going to give you all the aerodynamic advantages you want on a racetrack. So if you're looking for street use, something like the Sport Touring or the Corsa or this double bubble is going to be the way to go. It's going to give you that aerodynamic street feel where you're going to get the most wind protection as opposed to aerodynamic speed advantage. Now, if you have any more questions, go ahead and click that info tab on your desktop or mobile device. That's going to take you to the product detail page where you can read other riders' reviews and more specs about these windscreens. Still have questions? Go ahead and reach out to our customer service team. They would love to talk to you about what works best for you, your motorcycle, and your budget. I am Patrick. Thank you for watching. Now go work on those motorcycles.